Hi, this is the first video of Stock Market Savant. I have done technical analysis for about 40 years. As I started out doing charts with at college, we would do them one day at a time. It would take us 6 to 8 months before we'd have enough information to be able to make a recommendation on stocks. And over the years, we've technology has come along, and now I feel that I have enough expertise that I'm going to start projecting on YouTube. I'm going to do try to talk about the market in general and highlight some stocks. I might do some. I'm going to do mainly longs right now, just because interest rates are so low. Um, we do have a little bit of a bubble in some stocks, but the ones that I'm looking at have been in the rebuilding stage. And so I'm going to start with this California California AMP, and it's in the rebuilding stage. As you can see, it's got a downtrend here that's gone on for about a year, and it finally broke that downtrend in September. It's now built a inverted head and shoulders with a left shoulder, two left shoulders, a head, and a right shoulder. It had some earnings reports on, I think, Thursday or Friday, and they started out good, but the market sold it off a little bit. You can see the volume was up quite a bit, so we'll see what happens Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of this week. If a stock comes back and penetrates above that about 12 line that I'm looking for, about 14 and a half or 15, and could go higher than that. So that's one of the 5 stocks that I'm talking about this week. Chemars is a chemical company, and you can see the same downtrend starting in May at about $40 a share. It finally broke through that in early September. It built the same thing, a head and shoulders bottom, left shoulder, head, almost a double head and a right shoulder. It broke out above it, and it's pulled back to the neckline. And we'll see what happens. The same thing with that stock. I would anticipate a bounce off that 14 and a half roughly, and we'll see what happens with that. My third one is Newell. I don't have any lines on that, but you can see a head and shoulders here with a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. Breakout at about 16. It's gone to about 18. I think that stock could go into the low 20s. So that's about a 15 or 20% return. This is another stock that's been beat up. It's Realogy. They are a real estate company. They own Century 21, Coldwell Banker, Sotheby's, New Better Homes and Gardens, ERA, etc. And they've had a couple misses. They've put a new management team that seems to be rebuilding, and you got a little bit of a weird setup, but you've got a big, actually had a head and shoulders here that failed, did not break out, came back down here and almost built another head and shoulders, with this head and shoulders over here actually now being the left shoulder, a head and a right shoulder, and it broke out. It's got a huge short position. About 40% of the stock is short, so I'm anticipating a short squeeze. I could see that stock possibly going into the 8s or 9s. Interest rates are low. Real estate market had a slowdown for last year. It's bouncing back, and it's got 40 million shares short, and it's only doing about 3 million a day. So this squeeze could get kind of ugly. And then the last one is Weight Watchers. it doesn't have a good balance sheet, but it's doing well. Again, you have a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder with a breakout at that 25. Broke up, came back down, and now it's back up. It's up into the 37s. We probably have That's probably gone too far. We should have been in that at about 25 with about a 50% return in 2 months. And that's kind of where we are right now. I think that the general market is not overbought or oversold. The impeachment proceedings will kind of throw some focus off the stock market, and I think that'll have it. We're going into third quarter earnings. All of these stocks are pretty solid shape, and I'll do this about once a week on Sunday and post it.